Hi there, it's me Audrina Lane here again with the next chapter from my debut novel, Where Did Your Heart Go? This is a nice cover and it's definitely getting a bit chilly out there. I've got a nice warm jumper on this evening. Anyway, sit back, I hope you're all nice and snuggly and get yourself a hot drink and enjoy the next chapter. When Wednesday morning dawned, I was full of excitement. I was off to get the contractors started on the stage build. Hurrying downstairs, I made a quick cup of coffee and scribbled a note for Charlie, in case she'd forgotten where I was. As it was easier to walk, I pulled on my raincoat. I decided to cut through the car park for the swimming pool, and as the sun started to poke through the dark clouds, I let my mind wander back in time. How many times had I walked this route? All my hopes and fears jumbled up in a knot of emotions that rolled around my stomach. I took a look at the tired frontage of the pool as I walked past it. Apart from age and the new steps and ramp at the front, it had remained unaltered by time. It reminded me of such happy memories as I wandered through to the river meadow. Ahead I could see the various vehicles and groups of guys hanging around and enjoying the respite from the earlier rain. The foreman recognised me from Saturday. "Morning, Mrs. Eden," he said, reaching out to shake my hand. "Oh, call me Stephanie," I replied in response. "Do you have the plans?" "Yes," he said, unfurling various sheets of paper. A gust of wind tried to remove them from his fingertips, but his grip was strong. "Anything I can help with?" I asked. "Yes, just a quick clarification on the dance floor area would be good," John said. "Sure," I replied. We located and pegged the edge of the stage and then walked a couple of metres away from it as I made the decision. Another peg went into the ground and John nodded. "Here's my card with my contact details on it. If you have any questions, please just give me a call," I asked him. "That's great. This should be a breeze," he said, pocketing the card in his jeans. Walking back home, I called in at the bakery and bought some croissants for breakfast. All was silent as I turned the radio on and then called up the stairs. "Charlie, do you want some breakfast? I've got fresh croissants." "Yeah, thanks, Mum. I'll be down in a second," I heard my daughter's muffled voice. Once I was on air, a text to the studio came through from my mystery man. I smiled as I looked through the catalogue and found the track, thinking about what I might pick as my reply. The deep voice of Lionel Richie filled the studio as I dedicated Destiny to myself. I could see Paul and Ian in deep discussion in the office area, but they both looked over at me and started to mouth, "Who is he?" Today's words really started to pull at my emotions. I closed my eyes and squeezed back the tears of happiness that threatened to spill out. All I could see there was the image of James as I always remembered him at 21. Although it was only the middle of the week, I couldn't wait for the weekend. As I started to play my response, I opened my eyes again and tried not to laugh, as the guys in the office were making kissy faces at me. Then, as Rain or Shine by 5 Star came on as my response, they started to laugh. I knew they were looking forward to supposedly setting me up with a blind date, but I was going to have the last laugh. Later I drove down to the river and was amazed by the sight that greeted me there. The dance floor was down and surrounded by the hoardings, ready for the advertising posters. They had started on the stage area, which seemed to look huge as I parked the car and walked onto the field. "Hi John, wow, it's looking amazing already," I said. "It sure is. I'm bringing my family along for the day as the lineup of local bands looks brilliant," he said. "That's great news, the more the merrier." "Yes, just have to hope the weather is okay," John said, casting a glance at the grey sky. "That's the only thing we can't plan for. I'll have to check out the forecast for Saturday when I get home." "Well, I'll let you get finished for the day and I'll be around tomorrow afternoon. I promised I'd show my daughter the dance floor area as she is one of the acts performing." Ticket sales continued to exceed our expectations as I nervously checked the weather forecast for Saturday. On Thursday morning, Charlie was up early and offered to clean the house while I was out at work. I could tell she just needed something to do to pass the time before Mitchell arrived. "When I finish work later, I'll come straight home and then pop down to the site at around 5. "Will Mitchell be here by then?" I asked. "I think he's planning to leave home around 2, so yes, that would be fine." "Would you rather we meet you down there?" Charlie replied. "OK, I'll park in the pub car park and we can walk to the site. I'll aim to get there for about 3:30. On the way into work, Paul had my secret admirer's song for that day. Hope you're listening in the car on your way into work, Steph, as your admirer would like to seduce you with I Just Can't Stop Loving You by Michael Jackson. Let me know what I can play him in return, Paul said. I pulled over and racked my brain for a suitable song. Early Michael Jackson was a great choice, and I listened to the words whilst I sent my text over to Paul in the studio. Pleased with my reply, I drove into Hereford as Miss You Like Crazy by Natalie Cole filled the car, and I sang along. I heard my phone beep in my bag as I pulled into the car park. It was from James. Love the song today. Really hope you are. My reply was, you'll have to wait until Saturday. I couldn't hide the huge smile on my face as I entered the office and was surrounded by the hive of activity. The day passed quickly, and after a quick chat with Paul and Ian as I showed them the pictures of the work happening in Ross, I drove home. Pulling into the car park outside the pub, I grabbed my copy of the plans and walked along the pathway to the site. I was hit with the sight of the stage looking spectacular. Sitting on one of the benches, I saw Charlie and Mitch. "Mum, this looks amazing," Charlie explained. "I couldn't have put it better," I replied. John saw us and walked in our direction. Closing the gap, we met just on the far edge of the dance floor. It framed the stage and lighting well, and the hoardings were now being coated with various posters. It was just the electricians and the stage equipment that were coming tomorrow. "So, is it looking okay?" John asked. "More than okay, you've done a fantastic job," I said, shaking his hand. As the two of us wandered around, he pointed out the access points and places where the cables from tomorrow could be hidden. Charlie and Mitchell walked through the gap and onto the dance floor. We watched them stare up at the stage ahead of them, deep in conversation. "Is that your daughter?" John asked. "Yes, and her boyfriend Mitchell. They're both dancing, and I promised they could come and check out the dance floor this afternoon." After looking at the rear of the stage, we walked back around to the front and discovered that checking the dance floor apparently required actual dancing. We both watched as they ran through what was obviously the dance from Dirty Dancing, and then the famous lift. As Charlie slid back down to earth, John and many of the other contractors who stopped to stare started to clap and cheer. I could see the happiness on their faces, lighting up the cloudy day above. After taking a bow, they left the dance floor and met me. "Come on, you dance freaks, let's get home," I said. "Any chance I can bring the group down tomorrow for a run-through?" Charlie asked. I looked across at John, but he only nodded. "OK, as long as you don't get in the way of the electricians and other contractors who are here to do a job," I replied. The evening passed by with lots of happy chatter over the dining table, before Charlie and Mitch left me to my laptop. I started to quietly panic about everything that needed to be done on the Saturday morning. Then I opened my emails and began to type out a reply to James's last one. "Dear James, sorry for the delay in replying, but as you can imagine, the closer we get to the big event, the more work I have to do to just stay ahead of the game. I have to admit that at this stage I'm starting to feel very nervous as well as excited. I hope that I'll be able to find the time to see and speak to you, but honestly, don't count on it if things get chaotic on the day. I've just been down to check on progress on the site, and the stage is up and the dance floor has just been tested by Charlie and Mitchell. Honestly, you can't take them anywhere without them spontaneously breaking into a dance routine. I will arrange for Charlie to be at our place when you arrive on Saturday. I hope you are able to book some rooms at the nearby Premier Inn for the rest of the lads. Undoubtedly I will be riverside from around 7 in the morning to ensure everything is going to run smoothly. Capital letters, help! Thanks for letting me know about your ex. I just needed to know, as unfortunately I just don't think I can ever forgive her for what she did to us. Although I am hoping that time will heal and I will be able to forget. Hope you're well. Sorry I haven't had much chance to talk or even play you a song on the radio. I hope that some of the songs being played are reminding you of us. If I'm not too frazzled, I'll give you a quick call on Friday night, just to finalise everything, and look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Hectically yours, Stephanie. So we're getting closer and closer to the big event in Ross-on-Wye, and I wonder what's going to happen next. So if you want to find out, obviously stay tuned to my YouTube channel, subscribe if you wish, and then you won't miss a chapter. Or if you want to read ahead, well, the last 3 chapters, then you can find the book on Amazon. It's only 99p or 99 cents if you want the Kindle version, and the paperbacks are pretty reasonable too. If you do want a signed paperback, then you can get hold of me through my website, which is www.audrinalane.co.uk, and you can drop me an email from there, and I'd be very happy to sort out a price and the signature. Anyway, take care for now and keep warm in this cold weather, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye bye.